Welcome to the second series of podcasts where we'll be changing our name from Boss Mamas to Women of Color Rise. Please know I am still very much invested in mom leaders thriving at work without sacrificing family or self-care. I'm also invested in having more diverse leaders at the table, particularly women and particularly women of color. We know that diversity at the table matters. When you have more ideas and more innovation, it just makes sense. Are you likely to get these ideas and better results if everyone has the same perspective? Or is it better if we could have differing and fresh perspectives? Organizations should be as diverse as the communities, people that they serve. And when we think about the best leadership teams, it's about diversity and inclusion, having really great collaboration and effective communication. Companies with diverse leadership teams have 73% more in revenue than those that have less diverse teams. We also, with this data, know that unfortunately, there's not a lot of representation of women at those top seats. In Fortune 500 companies, only 15% of CEOs are women, and it's 1% for women leaders of color. Even in nonprofit, when you think, well, we're definitely going to have more women there, there's really only 20% of women CEOs. And so this podcast, Women of Color Rise, is about solving that problem. We'll be talking with successful women leaders of color, CEOs, and C-suite leaders in nonprofit, government, education, private sector, and entrepreneurship. We'll be learning about their journeys, about how they got a seat at the table. What were the myths that they believed that ended up not being true? What were the mistakes they made? What advice would they give their younger selves? And with all of this, we'll have a chance to consider, what does this mean for our career? In my own career, I had many mentors, and I'm so grateful for their advice as they helped me in work and in life. But frankly, most of these mentors were white males. And there are just so few women of color in these C-suite jobs that when I did get a chance to meet them, I was so excited to hear about their journeys, learn from their mistakes, and get their advice. And so this podcast is about sharing those stories. Women of Color Rise is a podcast where we share stories and advice and lessons learned because we want more diverse leaders to be at the table. So whether you're a woman of color starting your career or heading to the C-suite, this podcast is for you.